Hi, today we started talking about division. We have a mnemonic device to help us remember the steps of dividing. Sorry, I forgot for a second. D stands for divide, M is multiply, S is subtract, B is bring down or sometimes bring up, and we said, does McDonald's sell burgers? So in class today we talked about using the standard algorithm to multiply a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number. If I have 735 divided by 5, the first thing I want to do is write down my facts for 5, so that part of my thinking is done. And we only do through times 9 because we know that we don't put any double digits up here. So now I've got my facts, I've got my problem, and I'm going to look at this as 7 divided by 5. I'm going to think of it as how many groups of 5 can I make out of 7? Or 5 times what is going to get me as close to 7 as possible without going over. So I know that if I have 7, I can make one group of 5, but I have 2 left over. I also know that when I'm looking at my math chart, the only number that is less than 7 is 5, and so that's 5 times 1. So I know I can make one group. Now I'm going to multiply. 5 times 1 is 5. I'm going to subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2. I'm going to check, like I do a little check station in there. So I do, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? But I'm checking to make sure that this number is less than this number. And 2 is less than 5, so I know I made enough groups. I'm going to bring down my 3. Now I'm looking at this number, 23, for my division. And 23 divided by 5. Either how many groups of 5 can I make out of 23, or what number here is going to get me as close to 23 as possible without going over. And I know that 5 times 4 is 20. So there's my number. I'm going to subtract 3 minus 0, 2 minus 2 is 0. I'm going to check, is 3 less than 5? Yes. So now I can bring down my 5. Now I have 35 divided by 5, and I know that 5 times 7 is 35. So I'm going to multiply these two numbers. Subtract. 35 minus 35 is 0. Is 0 less than 5? Yes. So we also talked about today in class that we could check all of our answers to know that we made a 100 before we even turned our paper in. So we check by using our quotient and our divisor, our divisor, sorry, long day. So I'm going to multiply 147 times my divisor, which is 5, and that is 35, 23, 735. And so my product equals my dividend, so we got it right.